Okay, so in this video I'm thinking of taking the snowmobile to our abandoned farm property that my uncle bought for fun. I made a trail, we'll take that, and I'm just done making this so you can hold a shovel on there better. The way I had it on there before didn't work too great, but now I think this is great. You know, there's hooks here. This is a factory bungee cord. It's a factory hook. And I use some wire, and then the knot of the wire is underneath there. So yeah, and this is an inner tube, and that's a homemade hook. And I just made a bunch of other hooks. And I think the best thing for that is round stock, like really skinny round stock. Like this is an old bucket handle that works well. And then old welding rods, if you hammer the flux off of them, they make really good hooks as well. So I made a bunch of hooks. So here's like the inner tubes I use, and then a bunch of hooks here. You see some of these are made out of welding rod, and some of the ones with the black paint on them, those were part of like a sign holder or something. It is round stock, not exactly sure what's it for, but I think I'm getting better practice at making hooks. You know, even the skinnier welding rods are still pretty good. Just made a bunch of hooks. So that way, you know, when I need a bungee cord, I can just put a hook on a bungee cord and make one of those on the spot for whatever I need it for. Isn't that right?
Yes, that's always right.
Yes, I am. Because it's easy to put the hooks in the vise and then you clamp them together. So, yeah. I got the skidder stuck in there. I made a video on that. My uncle was in here with our skidder. He was kind of trying to make it full-size trail, but he never finished. And I'm pretty sure it was logged in here because there's like really wide open areas, so there's logging trails in here. Okay, so this is the pole barn here. That's a pretty tall building. I think this one was used for cows or storing hay. Yeah, I built it out of like little trees, and the boards are kind of the rough old barn look. The door to get into the bottom of this place, but it doesn't work. There are square bales up here. I think this is a pretty well built building. Lots of bees' nest. This building's famous for bees' nests, and I'm terrified of them. There's one there, but it's the middle of winter, so it's still like pretty scary though. There's one there, there's one there, small one. Someone like used newspaper or something up there. There's another bee's nest over there. And there's like little rodent holes. And here's this thing goes down into the loft. I've been here a few times. This is the bottom part. There's some gravel there. Actually, I'm gonna turn the light on. There we go. Now the flashlight's on my phone. I can see stuff. This might be one of those paranormal sighting videos, because I do watch. I watch a lot of YouTube, and I like to watch this channel called Nick's Top 5. That's a paranormal channel, like ghost spottings, some old gutters. So basically, the people that own this, they built this first. They lived here for a little while, and then they just kind of gave up on it. They couldn't live here anymore because it was almost impossible to get out of here in the spring. And then the place, my mom's other property, the people that had this, they abandoned this. Then they moved over there to my mom's other property, and that's who she bought it from. The people that built this place, and then they sold this. And I lived there for quite a while, probably 40 years. I don't know exactly, but then they sold that place to my mom, and they, a few years earlier, they sold this place to my uncle. You can see how crooked the whole barn is. It's all leaning that way. Not that bad, but, well, actually, maybe it's not. Maybe it's supposed to be like that. I don't know. This is kind of sad. This is a really nice barn, but I don't know if it'll ever get used. Like this here, you could put like, I heard that. I heard something. Maybe this place is haunted. I'm not scared of it though. I do believe in paranormal. I believe in ghosts and stuff. Just so people know. But yeah, if you see anything pop up in the video that I don't mention, let me know in the comments, I guess. This here is a door. Doesn't work though. You know what? That sound I just heard was probably mice, but see, this door doesn't work because the building's tilted this way, so the bottom is all screwed up there. I wonder what this is for. What are these matches in here? Really old matchbox. Still full too. I could take that home and use it, but it's an artifact. So leave it there. I mean, this is my uncle's property. So this here, I think, is a. What is this? Another antique. Usually, I know everything about farms, but I don't know what this thing is. Actually, this is a good basket. I almost want to take that home. This would be a really good basket to put on my snowmobile. because it's about the right size. Kind of stuck on there. This is a nice basket. See, all the old-fashioned stuff is so much stronger. Like, this is plastic, but still, that's strong plastic. They don't make these anymore. I'm gonna keep this as an ornament. This is a good basket. I can use that on my quad or my snowmobile. You could almost have a party in here. I could bring like a bunch of my neighbors over or something. Have a party in this barn. I don't know how I'm gonna get the basket up there. And here's a can. The really old 7-Up, antique 7-Up can. I think these are aluminum. I think now the cans are tin now, but I think back then they used aluminum or something like that. This is a 7-Up can, old-fashioned one. I could almost take this back as an ornament too. I'll just leave it there. Look at how nice everything was built here. It's like nice gates. If we don't, my mom probably wants to fix up this barn, but if we don't fix up this barn, we could take some of the, well, there's two things to do with this barn. You either fix it, or you demolish it and reuse all the lumber, because all the lumber is good on here. Definitely worth something. But the whole barn's sagging that way. I don't know, it might not be revivable. See if we can get this box up the ladder. Let's go explore the other buildings. It's like, what do you call these? These are those the puff balls, like smoke bombs. I found a really big one once. Like a smoke bomb. Looks like diesel soot. Diesel soot. Let's go explore one of the other buildings. I think I just saw a bird out there. There's a bird. There's everything old, it seems like, is indestructible. What is that? There's a red bird up there. What type of bird that is? That's a rare songbird. I can't zoom in anymore. A couple of birds up there. Well, at least the birds are putting this building to use. Like you could take that shovel off of there and strap that down. That would fit really well. I don't know if I can get it today, but we'll get it later. Let's drive over to the other building. could get a tractor in there, or in, the trail, then I could get the snowblower. That's a homemade snowblower there. And that would be kind of useful, I guess. Someone just welded everything together here. They made it from scratch. Like some stainless steel weld there. So it goes on the back of a tractor, and after you drive, it collects the snow and blows it. You can see the big corkscrew in there. Pretty thick steel though. Maybe it doesn't work or something, but it's oddly thick steel for a snowblower. You don't need steel that thick. And this is aluminum. There's a big blower on the back. And then PTO turns the blower and it blows the snow up here. This is a snow thrower down there. So if we could get to it, that should be fun to try to get this thing working. Because it's homemade. So, it's pretty simple. I don't know, maybe it was a failed design. I don't know if it even worked right or not. But I think eventually we're gonna have to put a tractor trail in here. This is the main road here. So that's a public road. I think it's owned by YRB. And it's really overgrown because the place has been sitting for a long time. So they haven't looked after it. So it's all abandoned. But this was their main driveway to get into this property. There's a bear scratched at the tree there. That's weird. They used resources. They cut down trees and used trees as fence rails. Or, they're all... And they used the trees as posts, which is kind of interesting. But it's all old now. I don't know how far their land goes back that way, but I think this in there is someone else's land. They're logging in there or something. But I think there's a logging road down there. Here's an old harrow. Really old-fashioned one. You pull that behind. I think this might even be a horse-powered harrow. I don't know if I can tell. It's either horse-powered or the early tractor-powered, I guess. Or this is two chunks of it anyway. And the buildings. There's an old building over here. It's collapsed. It was like either a workshop or a shed. I think it was a shed. There was a little bit of steel hardware in there, but like a few smaller chunks of angle iron. And nothing really. There's an antique wagon wheel in there too. But you can't get anything unless you get a tractor in here. Oh, that snow's deep. It's like 4 feet right there. I almost get stuck in here by foot. Because there's a tree under there, so kind of like a sinkhole. This thing's meant for deep snow, which is good. Hey, so this is kind of like a house barn. It looks like a barn, but it's a house. Or it was lived in, I think, at one point. So it looks like a barn, but it's a house. I don't think I can get in here, though. There's too much snow. The well is on this side. And the well should work. Last time I came here, well worked. I came here this year, or was it last year? Last year. Someone used leftover flooring for the ceiling. And the woodpeckers have been in here, I think. Or a squirrel. There's a squirrel there. This well is terrifying. See, it's a shallow well. And there's a screen here so it protects my phone. You can kind of see it. There's water at least. Maybe that's about 20 feet. Water 20 feet down. It's kind of low right now, but it'll get higher in the spring. Let's see if it works. Yeah, it works good. Just gotta prime it. It tastes really minerally. I don't know if maybe that's good for drinking, but it should be. But it tastes so... You know, actually, if you distilled it, it might be fine for drinking. You just get like a little... My mom has an electric water distiller. So if you brought that here with a generator or something, you could... I think the water is just draining out of the pipe. There's a little hole in the pipe there. It's draining out of the pipe back into the bottom, but that's an antique well. Or not a well, but a pump. The pump still works. Oh, sure. Bathtub and a sauna. So here's the boiler someone made. They have a fire in here. I'm gonna put a plastic cup in there. And on top is you put water in here. And then boil it, I guess. Or it heats it up. I'm not supposed to boil it. It's a heater. So I guess you fill it up and then the weight of it will drain downhill into the bathtub and the sauna. And then this is that's an exhaust. Looks like one that's nesting a squirrel has lived in there. See if this thing is even open. I think I need 2 hands to open that. Yeah, well, I got it open, but then that happened. So the door is just really old. And it kind of broke. There's another little thing in there. Squirrels or something live in there. Either squirrels or woodpeckers. This is the sauna. And again, there's some synthetic floorboard up there. Someone used for the ceiling. And this here is the heater and the squirrel's been in there or something. The fire heats up there's a damper here. Oh, where's the water coming though? That's weird. Usually a sauna has like a block pile or something. That door still works good. Here's the bathtub. The squirrels will put like 3 inches of junk in there on the floor here. There's a pile of stuff. And there's an old oil lamp. It probably still works. These things usually don't break. And then the water, I guess, comes in here. So, comes in the bathtub. So I guess it's I don't know what the sauna, like, this is really a sauna. There's no, like, the water comes in the bathtub, but then where's the thing that makes the steam? So I don't know. It's just kind of a weird building. I don't know. Maybe it's just to keep this area warm. You could turn this into a sauna. Maybe it was never finished being developed. I don't know. I guess if we ever fix the place up, we could turn that into a sauna or something. This door hinge kind of broke on it, so I can't really close it anymore. Put this here. I guess that kind of helps, but now it's kind of broken and it's open. That shouldn't matter. There's not much else here. Here's my shovel design here. Kind of hard to get it out with one hand. Okay, so I got it open. Outside door and an inside door. This is it's kind of built like a barn, but it's, I built it so nice it must be a house. And it looks like they were putting flooring in. I don't know, they never finished or something. Weird stuff here. An old ladder there. There's an old, what is this? This is the propane stove. This place is full of cobwebs. I hate it. Awful. Cobwebs are the worst. Because they're cobwebs. And here's this giant stove. There's cobwebs everywhere. I don't want to walk in those. But huge stove someone made. The chimney's been disassembled for some reason. But who made the door so small? Small doors are a problem because then you have to split all the wood that goes into it. There's lots of room in there, but the door is just too small, so. If it were me, what I'd do is just cut out, a whole space here, and then just redesign the door so it's much bigger. You can get more, because it's so long too. Like it's almost like you want the door in the side, which I guess wouldn't be too hard to do, but it's just so long. It's a pretty big stove though. There's cobwebs everywhere. Cobwebs everywhere. I'll take one of these. There's cobwebs all over the door. Everything. I'm glad I'm not here during the summertime because There's probably gonna be spiders if there's cobweb, and I don't like spiders. The upstairs here is really nice though. These tables are nice, and these doors open. Hopefully all those are dead. There's my snowmobile. I could jump out here. I could totally just jump out there. I would, but then I'd have to come back up the creepy stairs with all the cobweb to come close the door. Look at these really nice wooden tables here. Like those are, I don't know why the boards are spaced out. Weird design, but other than that, they're pretty nice. The upstairs is not bad. It's filled in some spots with boards. It's a crooked board. It's a nice view out of the, just like the trees here. No, what would be fun is if you had like a rope or something you could climb, or something to get to the trees from the building. That would be fun. This door still works good. This one's for the bottom, but look, they did a really nice job on the inside of this house. And there was people living here at one point. There's stickers here. There's more on that side. Someone lived here at one point. Stickers up there. This building probably could be revived. It seems worth it, but to make it worth it. So if you wanted to throw a bunch of money at these buildings, what you'd have to do is, you'd have to fix them up if you have the money. It might take quite a bit to fix them, but once you fix them and you cleared up this area a bit more, you got a road in here from the driveway, then you could rent this house out or you'd have to just fix it up, clean everything, and then eventually you could rent it, maybe, or Airbnb it or something like that. And then, well, I don't know. The biggest problem with that is there's no power. So, but like let's say there's some people that they like to go camping. But they're tired of camping at a camping ground. So basically, what you could set up is people like that would come here with their generator and camping equipment, and then they'd live in the house. And then they'd have like the whole, but all the buildings to themselves to do what they want with, and then once they're done renting it, you move on. So basically you could keep it like a campground, and people could bring a generator, and it's like survival mode almost. That would be, I think the best thing I could think of, because there's no power here. I mean, there were some lights downstairs, but they're, a generator must have powered those. But, yeah. I think it's possible. It seems like a nice property. It's a waste to just leave it, but it's not. No, the buildings, I don't think it was ever really designed properly in the first place. Let's jump down there. It's not that far. It looks way farther on camera. Yeah, all snowy. And just jump down from there. That wasn't painful at all. That was actually pretty fun. That looks pretty well. Close the doors now. Everything's closed up, and now I guess we can get my coat and stuff back at the original barn there, and we can head home. Okay, so I just got that bungee cord going through the basket right there, so I think that should be fine. path that goes over there. So technically, through here is the trail. Probably didn't have to go through there. I should have just gone around. Anyway, that was good. I got a nice basket out of that trip, I guess. And that's a, I don't know, I just thought that would be an interesting video to make. To going over to that abandoned property with the snowmobile. Where else should I go? I tried to go on my trail, but I think that's a bit of a challenge. I think that thing would get stuck in the trail that I made. That's a quad trail. It's meant for, because quads have more grip. These things, with all the extra snow, I still think it's kind of a challenge to get the snowmobile on my quad trail. Well, I guess that kind of wraps up this video. So, yeah, I got a free basket out of that trip. That's good.